Hello, my name is Zaid Abdul-Kaudeyr. I'm a junior computer science major at Norfolk State University, and I was a part of the research for fighting crime using digital forensics techniques, creating case studies to educate the future. So, for the outline, we have the introduction, project motivation and importance, related work, methodology, solutions to selective forensics cases, references, and questions. What is digital forensics and why do we use it? Modern day versions of forensic science that deals with the recovery and investigation of material found in digital devices. Evidence can be recovered from mobile devices and computers in general. Evidence is found in emails, memory, text messages, photos, apps, and GPS locations. Evidence is often used by forensic scientists, private investigators, police officers, and other law enforcement. Project motivation and importance. This internship, we created digital forensic scenarios and solved those same scenarios using digital forensics tools and techniques. This research is important because there are not many available cases for use by professors and teachers when teaching digital forensics courses. The cases we develop can be used by teachers of digital forensics, anyone who wants to learn how to find evidence using digital forensics tools. The related work. The University of Sunderland and University of South Wales let students research the practical aspects of digital forensic searches and seizure procedures. The results were the students lacked the knowledge and skill to process crime scenes. Utilizing problem-based learning, the students were given the opportunity to practice the skills and techniques of search and seizing digital evidence. Both our cases and the cases at University of Sunderland and University of South Wales were focused on educating students about forensic skills. Methodology. Research digital forensics and the digital forensics investigation process. Learn various data hiding tech methods. Um, Steganography, cryptography, using ASCII characters, also known as ASCII, converting decimal numbers to binary, and changing file types to alter the file headers. Research selected and downloaded virtual machines. Research digital forensics tools to locate deleted data. Created fictitious crime scenarios by planting evidence for each case on the virtual machine. Deleted all evidence. Each group member created an image and gave the image of their case to the other group members. And then group members solved the cases and reporting the findings to the group. So the first digital forensic software tool that we use is called CANE, and this stands for Computer Aided Investigative Environment. It has a user-friendly GUI, semi-automated report creation, and tool for mobile forensics, network forensics, data recovery, among other things. It is free of cost and generates easily readable and editable reports and is optimized for digital forensics. Another tool that we use is called FTK Imager. FTK Imager is a data preview and imaging tool that lets you quickly access electronic evidence to determine forensic analysis. It creates perfect copies of computer data without making changes to the original evidence. Imager allows the user to create hash reports that can be archived for later use. We also use Autopsy and SleuthKit. Autopsy is a free digital forensics platform and graphical interface to the SleuthKit. and other digital forensics tools. It is often used by law enforcement, military, and corporate examiners to investigate what happened on a computer. So, the first of our scenarios was that there was a bank robbery in Norfolk, Virginia, and the police have arrested two suspects. They need to search the suspects' personal belongings for evidence. The police want to find if the two suspects were indeed the correct perpetrators, any evidence that will contribute in solving the crime, the details of the crime, and how the crime was committed. So, using autopsy, this was the recovered data. There were screenshots of plans for the bank robbery and also the getaway car and links and everything to different websites on the guns they were going to use. Also, their search history was brought up as well. So it was solved inside the virtual machine. It was solved by going in and using autopsy to basically recover multiple screenshots that had information about the crime on it. In conclusion, the two perpetrators were found to be Zaid Kadir and Toby Bello. They had developed a scheme to get away with the bank robbery in Norfolk through hidden and deleted messages. The emails that they both used were norfolkguy47 at gmail.com and pgcountyguy45 at gmail.com. The second scenario we have is in a small suburban neighborhood, many packages have gone missing off the homeowner's doorstep. The neighbors all have noticed and started talking to each other and noticed that only packages coming from Amazon are missing. They have also realized that all of their home security cameras have been shut offline at the time of the robberies. The Homeowners Association has come together to hire a private investigator to determine what has been happening in their neighborhood. The investigator's job is to determine who is stealing the packages, determine where the packages were going, how the perpetrators were able to take down the neighborhood's internet, and how the perpetrators were communicating with each other. Along with the security cameras, the only other possible piece of evidence was a sticky note with the email address grabitfast223 at gmail.com on it. So it was solved. The first thing I did was use autopsy to try and recover any deleted information from the computer's hard drive. I noticed there were live logins with the web history table, so there had to be a website where the perpetrators had to log into something. The live logins gave me the URL, and it was for a Gmail account that was still logged in on the machine. The email revealed one message sent and received from a user by the name King Tall that was encrypted. Within the emails, there was documents that were encrypted that had information on instructions of how the robberies were supposed to be conducted. The first message decrypted says, "Okay, Chief, I'll meet you behind the church at 6:30 p.m." The photo shows the address of the houses that were on the Amazon delivery list but changed to binary numbers. Along with finding the email, I found a folder disguised as a software that was full of photos that the home security system takes while it is offline. The perpetrators didn't realize that when they took down the internet, the security system had a feature that takes stills of anything that crosses the property line. In conclusion, it was determined that the two people in the photo were the perpetrators by the name of King Tall and Prince Shorts. They were driving around in a blue Charger and walking right up to the homes and taking the packages to a church around the corner to store all of the stolen items. This is how they could have gotten away with it. They could have done more research on the home security systems to make sure that the houses that they were robbing didn't have the system that still worked without internet. Sending the emails through Gmail was also a bad step since they were able to be tracked. What I couldn't find out, the one thing that I was unable to find out is how they were able to cut out the internet in the neighborhood at the time of the robberies. Future work. This research can be continued with similar experience with the evidence being hidden in different or more intricate ways. This will cause the investigators to have to use different forensic tools or different techniques of using those forensic tools. Depending on the case, the methods used could have been totally different, so the research would naturally give more information over time. Challenges. Lack of communication led to confusion within the group. Procrastination caused for some things to be rushed to meet the deadline. Making sure to use reliable sources for all information researched was also an obstacle. Accessing the proper files in order to download the virtual machines was troubling. Also, downloading the ISO file through Google Drive, it caused a very long wait time to get the images of the virtual machines to come over. Instead of using a USB drive, since we are not physically with each other, it was virtual, and not generating any hash values as well. But we did gain some knowledge. As a group, we now have new understandings of how to use Kane, FTK Imager, Autopsy, Sleuthkit, VirtualBox, and VMware. How to conduct proper research and report our findings. We also know how to develop communication and presentation skills and use digital forensics tools to find evidence in crime scenes. We would like to acknowledge Dr. Hines, Mrs. Alyssa Pickett Ford, Norfolk State University, Dr. Swain from South Carolina State University, and Mr. Jones from Voorhees College. These are our references.